MSNBC's Joy Reid has just signed off on her final show for the Reid Out.
Happy Monday, everyone. And we begin tonight with what I think is the question.
The network canceled the show over the weekend, but it's not the first time a prominent black host has become a casualty in the cable news world. MSNBC canceled the Melissa Harris Perry Show in 2016 and canceled the Cross Connection hosted by Tiffany Cross in 2022. And CNN removed longtime anchor Don Lemon in 2023. It's always the voices who are unafraid to speak truth to power who end up being silenced. So what do? As Joy Reid said in her final show,
when you are in the midst of a crisis, and specifically a crisis of democracy, how do you resist?
The first rule is to fight back.
That the most important thing, the first rule, is to fight back, to never stop resisting.
Here's 3 quick ideas to resist. Number 1, turn off the TV. If you don't like a decision a network makes, stop watching. Mind you, I'm not saying to tune out of the news. Get your news somewhere else. Stay informed, but be intentional about the news sources you patronize. Don't just turn on the TV news as background noise. Tune in strategically. Now that Joy Reid is gone, that leaves CNN's Abby Phillips and Laura Coates as the only black solo host on primetime cable news. Number 2, follow black media leaders on multiple platforms. Joy Reid has a ubiquitous social media presence. You can find her on Blue Sky, Substack, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and other platforms. Tiffany Cross co-hosts Native Land Pod with Angela Rye and Andrew Gillum. And Don Lemon hosts The Don Lemon Show on his own YouTube channel. Go like, follow, and subscribe to them now. And follow other black journalists, opinion leaders, and content creators who are not as well known. Watch black YouTube channels, subscribe to black Substack pages, circulate your black dollars with the actual black people who are spending time delivering important news to you. This is full-time work for many of us, and most of us don't get a salary from a TV network or a newspaper to produce the content that you enjoy. Black American consumers control $2 trillion in buying power, and we set the trends for the culture. And number 3, support black media. I'm making a distinction here between black journalists who may or may not work at a mainstream news outlet and actual black media, which is black-owned and black-focused. In moments like these, I always remember Derek Bell's famous interest convergence theory, that the interest of blacks in achieving racial equality will be accommodated only when it converges with the interest of whites. Let's be real. None of these white-owned media companies care about black people. I was a contributor at CNBC for 8 years and CNN for 5 years, and I worked with MSNBC in years past. And there are good people at all of those networks. But the decision makers, even when they bring in black people for prominent positions, are not motivated by racial justice. They're motivated by money, and their primary goal is to satisfy their investors and advertisers who are overwhelmingly white. If there's a so-called racial reckoning and they can make a quick buck with black hosts and contributors, they will. And if they can make $2 by dumping one of us, they will do that too. The American news media is a business, and businesses in this country exist to create profit. That means the most effective point of leverage we can use to target them is the power to make their media not just unpopular, but unprofitable. As Joy Reid said in her final show,
Thank you for holding us down. Almost 5 years, we are a toddler, and we out in these streets, in this world, and we are not gonna stop.
Use your power wisely.